Now, Jesus told lots of good stories, and another story is a story about loving your neighbor. Now, when Jesus was telling people about how to be good for God, sometimes they would have questions. And so one time, Jesus was talking about that we need to be good to our neighbors. And someone asked him, well, who is our neighbor? I don't know who I would count as my neighbor. So Jesus told the story about a man who was walking home from the town, and he was going to his home, and he got part way home, and some bad guys jumped out from behind the trees. Oh no. And they hit him, and they hurt him, and they made him bleed, and he got all hurt, and he fell down, and they took his money, and they took his fancy cloak, and they ran away and just left him there. Oh no. So the poor man was laying there all hurt. And so he was waiting for help, and one person came by, but he saw them and he says, oh, look at that disgusting man there. He's just must have been a bad person, and now he's laying at the side of the road. I need to get out of here. And so he kept going on his way and didn't help the poor man. And then another man came by. And he came by and did the same thing. He said, oh no, look at that man. I need to get home. I can't help him. So he went on too, and he kept going. But then another man came, and he was from a country named Samaria. And so sometimes people in this town didn't like people that lived in Samaria. So he wasn't one of the real favorite people. However, when he came along, he saw the poor man laying at the side of the road, and he said, oh no, look at the poor man. I need to help him. And he took him, and he ripped up his robe and made bandages and put bandages across the man and had him sit up, and he put the bandages all over him and stopped his bleeding and made him get better again. He put one around his head, and he put some down his side and on his arms. He put his arm in a sling, and he took real good care of him. And so he said, sir, I will take you to the next town and put you in a motel, and I will pay for your food, and then when I'm done with my business in town, I will come back for you and pay the innkeeper for everything that you have eaten and for your time there getting better. So that is what he did. He took the poor man, and the man got better, and the Good Samaritan went and did his business in the next town, and then he came back when his work was done and paid for the man's bills. Now, Jesus asks us, to the people, we're listening to this story, and Jesus says, now who was the neighbor? Was it the first man who walked by? And everyone said no. Was it the second man who walked by? And everybody said no. It was the Good Samaritan who took care of the sick man. And that's what Jesus said. See, our neighbor is everyone around us. and we need to treat everyone fairly and good. Amen.